Good morning everyone. In the last session we discussed about the important section called inserting the data into this particular database. Now how we configure this particular information, we provided the XML configuration here. So these are the dependencies. Now here you can see data source we are having and the JDBC template we are having, person service we are having and the person DAO we are having. These are the objects we are having to insert the record into this particular table here. Now what are the main file we created here? Here under this particular JDBC, this is the DAO class and this is the main file. Now here we created the person object and we provided the set of information and we call this particular save person. So today we'll try to load the person object. So based on ID, we'll load this particular person object here. To load this particular person object here, now what exactly we'll do now? To load this particular person object here, now what exactly we are going to do now? Here we'll do the basic important information to load this particular object here. First we'll try to implement get the person object here. So how we are going to implement this particular person object here? Go to the person service IMP, get person, and here what we are passing ID, and here we are going to pass person DAO get person. Now go to the person DAO, and here under this particular person DAO, as of now we are trying to return as a null. As of now we are trying to return as a null, but here I want to write a one query. Here I want to write the one query. So Pravesh final string, and here so load person. Okay, so let's start from what is the table we are having, person where ID is equals to, okay, where ID is equals to question mark. Now here what I will do, now here we need to work with the JDBC template here, and under this particular JDBC template now we need to provide the query related method here. Okay, query related method. So what exactly the query related method we can use here? What exactly the query related method we can use here? So here what I am doing is JDBC template dot query, and here you can see result set extractor is the second parameter, and the third parameter we are having object argument here. Now query. What is the query we need to provide here? Load person. Okay, query we provided, and after that what is expecting here? Result set extractor it is expected. Now what we can do? Now we need to create the new result set extractor. New result set extractor person, and here if you see we are calling the internally extract data method, and which is expecting the result set object. Now what we will do using this particular result set extractor, and the third parameter also we need to provide the something like a ID. Here I need to provide the ID. Okay, so these are the information. Now if you see basically here with help of this particular piece of code we can write in the 1.8. So Java 8 also we can add, because this is something like a functional interface. Now if you see here, this method is having only this interface having only one method. So this particular method is expecting result set answer. So what we can do, we can implement with the help of the lambda parameter, and we can write whatever you are trying to. So here what is expecting here, it is trying to expecting the character. Okay, let me go to here. Now first we'll try to implement it. Now if you see here, the SQL exception, whatever we are trying to throw, this particular SQL exception is in the not usable, but here the data exception still it is in the usable state. Okay, what we can understand here we can understand the important section in the string JDBC. Mostly we use this particular data access exception. Okay, so these are the important information here. Now let me implement this particular extract method. To implement what I'm doing is, so person new person. Person dot set ID. Person dot set ID. The ID will get it from the get log. Okay, get log, and here we can provide the first column. Person dot set name. RS dot result set. Result set dot get string. Okay, so this is the second column. Person dot set email. Okay, not email, address. Result set dot get string. So we can give as a third column. Person dot set email. Result set dot get string, and we can provide as a fourth column. And finally, we can return purpose. We can return purpose. So this is the way the object we can return it. Now, whenever we are connecting based on this particular load query, we will get the result set. The result set we are constructing into the person object. The same person object we are going to be returning. Okay. Now once we return here, now what we will do? Person service dot get person, and we can provide the ID. Okay, ID 123. ID we can provide 123, and here we can print this statement. So that the person object we are going to print here. So that the person object we are going to print. Now I'm running this example. Okay. So you can see we are getting an exception. What is an exception basically? Result set not positioned properly. So what is expecting here? Now here you can see the query. Exception in thread call name or the Spring Framework JDBC uncategorized exception. We need to call next year. Okay. So basically how we can call this particular next year? Whenever we are implementing this, so we need to follow this while result set dot next method. Whenever we are having a next object, now we'll do these are the operations. Now we'll do these are the operations. Okay. Okay. Somewhere we are getting. Okay. Here we need to return the null. Here we can return the null. Now go to this particular JDBC main and run the same example. Now you can see person object we are getting, but here it is printing as a by default it is calling object class toString method. Now what we can do? Here we can generate the toString. Here we can generate the toString. Now let me override the toString with the help of all the fields here. I am overriding this particular toString method. Now I am going to run the same example. Okay, now you can see ID is 123, Spring -JDBC, address and email. Now if you see here, whenever we are trying to insert here, so these are the same fields we provided. These are the same fields we provided. 123, address, email and the name here. Now if you go to the database here, you can run this particular select query, we will get the same. 123, Spring JDBC. Okay. Now what you understand is so simple. Whenever we are working with this particular Spring JDBC, what we are doing is in the DOO class, the first one, with the help of this particular insert query, we inserted the record into the database, and using this particular select query, we selected the data from the database. Selected data from the database. So this is what we need to understand. Okay. Any question? So now we need to update the value. We need to update the value. So how we are going to update this particular value? To update this, now what I will do, first I will insert multiple records. Basically, you can record 4, 5, 6, and name you can go for the ROM, address, so we can give something like and ROM. Okay. Now I am going to run insert the record. Okay. So you can see here second record is inserted. Now he is from 9. So one more record. Okay. Now 3 records are inserted into the database. Now what we will do? We will update the record now. To update here, what is the main step we will follow here? What is the main step? So here the main step basically in the person DAO, this is the update person. This is the update person. Here first we will update the query here. Update person. So to update the person, what is the query we need to use here? So we need to use update. Okay, table name call person, and here we are going to set the column name. So what is the column name we are going to set basically? And here set address we can update. Address is equals to question mark, and where ID is equals to question mark. Where ID is equals to question mark. So these are the 2 question marks we are going to be using, because we need to set this particular address based on this particular ID. Based on this particular ID. Now how I am going to set this particular query? How I am going to set this particular query? Now here you can see JDB system update. Update. So here update person, and what are the 2 question forms we are having? Person dot get address and person dot get ID. Person dot get ID. And here we are not getting this entire person. We will get only 0, like integer related. Okay, we are getting update. Now here if update greater than 0, if the update is greater than 0, what I am going to do here, I will return the string message. I will message the string message, something like okay. So instead of returning, here only we can print. We can do the multiple ways here. Person data is updated based on the ID. Okay, so this is the one. Else no person data is found based on the ID. Okay, and return none. So we'll get the Okay, we'll get the particular, either this particular message will get it or this particular message we are going to get. Now go to here, instead of this particular save person, we can update person. Now what I'm doing is, this is a 799 record in place of this particular Chennai. Now what I'm doing is, I'm going to return as a Hyderabad. So this is the address I'm trying to update. ID is basically the same ID. Now if you see currently, so he's having address called Chennai. Now whenever I'm trying to run this example, okay, person data is updated based on the particular ID called 799. Now if I'm going to run this, in case of Chennai, what we are expecting? We are expecting Hyderabad. Now you can see, name is Kumar, Hyderabad, and email ID. Getting it? This is the way the specific fields we can update. Here. And if you want to update the entire record here, so we can go for the new record here. We can create a new record here. So these are the basic information we observe here. Like we insert the data into the database, we updated the data, as well as we load the data. Okay. So finally, what we are missing is deletion. Now how we are going to delete the data here? To write this particular deletion, what are the methods we observe here? Only 3. Here, delete person, and here delete person, and here we can go for this particular person and fill, and public void okay, JDBC template dot update. If you see delete, we don't have any delete related methods here. So what we can do? We can go for the update only. To write this particular update, it is a simple query. So just copy this particular query and delete person, but here delete from person where ID. Okay, and here also we get the same. What we can write here? No data found. No data found here. Now go to the person service agency. Here you can write person DO dot delete person and make it ID. Okay. Now go to this. So which record we can delete now? Which record we can delete here? We try to delete the latest one, 799 record. Person service dot delete 799. Delete 799. I'm trying to pass it. Now you can see this record is deleted. So how we can check it? How we need to run this particular select query. Now currently how many records we are having? 2 records. Currently we are having 2 records. The existing like a 799 related record is deleted. Okay. So is it clear? Any questions still? Okay. So now we need to, so these are the basic important information regarding this particular JDBC template. JDBC template. Now if you see here, when you go to the %DAO, what is the template we are using here? JDBC template. Along with this particular JDBC template, here we are having one more template called name or parameter JDBC template. Okay, so name or parameter JDBC template. This particular name or parameter JDBC template also we can use whenever we are trying to work with this particular template. Now, what is the difference we are having? Can you see? So JDBC template versus this particular name or parameter JDBC template. Now, what are the main differences they are going to get? Because here the name or parameter JDBC template, it is going to be work based on the parameter values, based on the particular parameter values. So how we are going to work? Let's say here in place of this particular question mark, now what I will do, the first one is something like ID. Okay, second one is name, third one is address, fourth one is email. Okay, fourth one is email. Now if you see what we are doing, in place of the question mark, we are trying to provide in the values here. So this value basically it is going to be replaced whenever we are trying to work with the name or parameter. Let's say here, so this is a save person we are calling, but here it is not going to be personal. Here it is not going to be working. So why it is not going to be working? Let me show you what kind of error we are going to be getting. What kind of error we are going to be getting. Okay, no person data. Okay, here we are calling the update, but we need to call the save. We need to call it save. Now, if you read this particular exception, what is saying is, so it is expecting the particular column index. Okay, something like it is expecting the first value, but here the number of columns we did not select. Now the same example, if I am trying to provide with the name or parameter JDBC template, if I am trying to provide with this particular piece of code, now you will understand here what exactly this particular name or parameter which is going to be working. First, what is the main step we need to do? So we need to comment out this. Okay, we need to comment out this, and in place of JDBC template, in place of this particular JDBC template here, now we need to replace. So where we can replace it? So from JDBC, this is the part. Okay, so let's say the name or parameter, what is expecting. It is expecting the mostly constructor. Okay, so property name is JDBC template. But here what we are having, the property, okay, as of now we did not create the property. Go to the person variable. So change here parameter bit structure. And here what we can do, okay. Now if you see here, this query is not working. Whatever the structure we use here, that is we implemented with the JDBC template. But currently, whatever we are implementing, we are trying to implementing with the named parameter. So it is not going to be working. So now what I will do, we'll keep as it is for the named parameters here. Okay. And so I'm going to comment out all the JDBC template related parts. I'm going to comment out this particular JDBC template related part. Okay, JDBC template example, and here named parameter JDBC template. Okay, so here I will change it here. Now I will change here. Now I will change in place of this particular JDBC named parameter JDBC template. Now here you can see whatever we implemented, it is not going to be work. Okay, why it is not working? Because the named parameter JDBC template is having update method with a different field. Update method with a different field. So what is expecting here? Cannot resolve the method update string long. Okay, so string comma string. So what is the update method is expecting? What is the update method? Now if you see here, so this is the update person, and what are the second parameters here? It is expecting the map. It is expecting the map. So what you understand here? Here we understand the map related parameters we need to provide. Okay, the map related properties value we need to provide. So to provide this map related property, first we need to create a hash map. Okay, ready. And the value we can give person dot get ID. Person dot get ID. Hash map dot put. Object we can give the key. Second one is person dot get name. Hash map dot put here. And the email. Okay. Now here we can pass the hash map. Now here we can pass the hash map here. So this is the way the named parameter it is going to become. This is the way the named parameter. Now simply update this. Okay. So as of now we can comment out here. As of now we can comment out here. Okay, we cannot comment out this part. Currently I'm commenting just to fix the compilation error here. Okay, now we are calling the same person. Go to this particular JDBC template. Now insert the same record now. Okay, so still we are getting what we are missing here. Invalid data access usage update person. Okay, why we are calling the update here? Why it is going the update person? Okay, here we are calling the update. Insert query. In place of insert query, we are doing the update query. Now you can see we are not printing anything. So whenever we are not printing anything, now what we can understand here, it is successfully inserted. So now you can see start record reporting. So this is the way we need to understand. Now here, what we did basically, if you compare the person DAO, whenever we are trying to work with the JDBC template, as well as named parameter. Named parameter basically the property, whatever the conditions we are going to make here, the condition directly will work with the name of the value. Now here we are providing the ID, this ID, and this particular ID it should match. Let's say here I am giving 123. Here the value I am giving ID 123. Now this is an ID I want to change because we made as a primary key. Now you can see what is saying, no value supplied for the SQL parameter ID 123. ID 123. Now finally what you understand here, so this particular ID value and the key, it should match. So let's say I given the same ID 123. Now again I'm trying to insert this particular record. Now go to this particular database. Go to the database. Now you can see 124. New record also created. But how it is created here? Okay, here what we did here, we did the particular value and hash map related key both should be matched. Then only the particular record it is going to be inputted. But here, so this is you cannot update. This particular ID you cannot give 123. Whenever you are trying to give 123, what happens is the column itself it is not available in the database. Now you can see column ID 123, it is not available in the person table. The column name should be matched. Only the value related information we can update. So this is the inserting the data into this particular database. Now go to this person DAO, update this as this to 123. So this is the update. Now the second part here, basically get person. Now normally how we will get the get person is it? So named parameter JDBC template. Okay, here we are having update. But here what we need here? Query building, because we are trying to load here. Okay, so this is, we need to work with this particular query. The query, what exactly it is doing here? Now here we are trying to return the list of records. Query for change. Here we can see based on our requirement, these are the methods we can use. Normally you can use this particular piece of code. SQL query, SQL parameter source, and the result is a text. Or what you can do, you can provide this particular select query we can provide here, and map parameter we can provide, result is a text factor. So this is we can use it. Now what is the query we are going to be using? Update person. So whenever we are using the update person, what we can do now? Yes. So this is a not the update. We need to work with the load person. Load person. So whenever we are trying to work with this particular load person, what we are doing is, in place of this particular question mark here, we can replace with ID. Okay, replace with this particular ID. And here, create a hash map object here, and in place of this particular, simply make as an ID. Hash map here, new results set extractor. New results set extractor, here we can provide the person. Okay, override the particular method called extract data. Right? Now what we can do? So same as this, whatever we did here. This is we can do. This is we can do. And here we are doing the ID, and we are trying to load the records. Okay. Why it is time to return here? Extract data. In place of this particular person, here we can write the return. Okay, so this is they are going to be written. Now comment out this, enable this, so this, let's give the 1 to 4. Provide the 1 to 4. No value specified with ID. Okay. Okay, here ID 1 to 4. Okay, the key it is not matching. Matching. So this is the record. Now finally, we worked with JDBC template, and we implemented with the named parameter JDBC template also. Okay, so these are the two important information we need to understand here. So still any questions? Okay, so string JDBC template, named parameter JDBC template. Okay, I completed the changes. Try to take the latest changes and practice whatever we discussed so far here. So we'll continue tomorrow. We'll try to discuss about the Hibernate related information. So how we can discuss with the Spring with the Hibernate. So before connecting the Spring with the Hibernate again, now what we will do? First we'll understand what are the basic information we need to understand the Hibernate, and later we'll focus on the Spring and Hibernate related examples. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow.